Hi, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Take a Look. I'm Chris Whitaker from the home office team here at Lemongrass Spa. Tonight, we're featuring a powerful story of momentum and possibility with one of our newest directors, Regina Wright. Regina joins us from New York. She joined Lemongrass Spa earlier this year, and she got started right away and hit all of her Jumpstart milestones. Jumpstart is a really cool program that we have for our new consultants in the very beginning, which we'll touch on in just a moment. By Regina's fourth month, though, she promoted to director, which is our first level of leadership. She actually attended her very first conference this summer where she was recognized time and time again on stage. I think I even said, I think you need to just stay right here on stage. And now she's building her team and she's working toward promoting her very first director, which means that she'll be reaching a new rank as well. Her story is proof that when you don't wait and simply start building momentum, amazing things can happen. So I'd love to welcome all of you to the call so that you can learn more about Lemongrass Spa and also learn through Regina. Regina, welcome.
Thank you.
Oh
I'm
my
happy
gosh.
to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. You know, it's exciting to be able to talk to somebody who recently joined our company and has had such great success in your early months. So you've had an interesting journey. You actually, this isn't your first rodeo. You've been in a couple of companies, and I know you've had an interesting journey through the years. Why don't you share with us a little bit about that and also what made you say yes to lemongrass?
Okay. I started in direct sales in 2021. I loved my first company. I advanced pretty quickly there as well. I did really well. I earned a couple trips, had a lot of fun, met a lot of great people, and then that company closed down. And so I was kind of left adrift, not really sure what I wanted to do. And I looked at a couple different companies. I went with one that I thought was going to be fantastic and found it was not so much. And then I went with another that I thought would be really good because of the brand recognition. And it was not so much either. So I had actually been friends with my director from my initial direct sales group. And I have been kept in contact with her. We've been very close friends since then. And I just said, you know what? I think it's time I try. So I just kind of jumped in and took off.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I love that we get to build relationships in this business and that relationship you had with your director from that company that you loved so much was the person that you wanted to align with. And thank goodness you were able to at least give it another chance, especially when you had two
Yeah.
other so great opportunities come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell me, what other than, of course, the wonderful friend that you have, do you mind sharing a little bit about like what you really like or what stands out to you about Lemongrass Spa?
Well, what I like the most about Lemongrass Spa is there are zero chemicals.
Mm,
I've had kind of ups and downs with my skin, some health issues, and trying to cut chemicals out of our products is not an easy task. And lemongrass contains zero chemicals. So that was really my very first, this is the one for me
mhm.
bullet point. Um, and probably I one of my most impactful pieces of or tool that I can use now as a consultant and director is that chemical card.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I have
that is my favorite tool in my toolbox right there, because people just don't realize how much junk is out there that we're using day to day.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, the chemicals that we're wearing. I mean, in our makeup, and in deodorant, of course, the perfumes that are the fragrances that are added to so many things, and then lotion and sunscreen. I think that's a big one as
Right,
well. When you're thinking about especially applying sunscreen to our children and what can be happening there.
right.
And, the shampoos, I did not realize. until actually being a part of Lemongrass Spa about the chemicals that are going out into the air through your hair care, and then of course, baby wash and skincare. I mean, there's just so many things that we don't realize are there disruptors and chemicals that are not our best friend. So
Right.
I'm glad that you recognize that, and I love too that we get to be able to, start converting what we're using in our homes, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in just a moment. But I know that your belief in the product and using the product, and then also your belief and your relationship with Missy, your director, really propelled the strong start that you had, because you did hit all those jumpstart milestones. I mean, you came on and it was like, who's this Regina Wright? Oh my gosh, exciting and having fun. So, why don't you share with us a little bit about what you focused on in those first few months that helped you really build your incredible momentum?
I think what made me so successful from the beginning is getting product in people's hands. Even though we're 23 years old, the people in my area don't really know lemongrass. So just getting product into my friends' hands, like my husband's coworkers. I've been doing a vendor event every Wednesday from May. It runs through October. Every single one of those events, people will walk up and say, "Oh, what is this? I've never heard of it."
Mhm.
And as soon as they try it, they buy it. They want it. They come back to me week after week because it's a great product and they can read the ingredients and know what the ingredients are. So just putting the product in people's hands was the best thing I could have ever done to make my business a success.
That's great. What
Yeah.
is your favorite product?
Oh, do I have to say one?
Okay, top
Um,
three.
I I do use the makeup every day. I love our new lip crayon.
Mhm.
I use the body icing, the body wash, the shampoo and conditioner. There's really nothing that I haven't switched to. So
Wow,
all of my products are clean products now. I
that's great.
start my day with vitamin C on my face and I end my day with bakuchiol on my face. And we need a toothpaste and we need we need to start adding because there's more things I want to get rid of.
Oh my gosh, I hear you there. I hear you there. I know I sometimes I'll stop and I think, well, wait a minute. I don't think I can use the tea tree and citrus soap on my teeth. I know that that's really good for like cleaning floors and surfaces too, as well as the hand wash. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that we probably would need to have something additional there. We do have a lot of products that have multi uses, and so I think that we discover those, of course, through our community and the people that are using our items. Too. So that's kind of cool that we've got such a supportive community, and we're finding that, with over 300 products, we really do have something for everyone. But you never know. Innovation might be right around the corner there.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not giving you any clues, but I like the way you think.
Okay. All right. I'll keep asking.
Oh my gosh. Well, we got to meet for the very first time this year at our Lemongrass Spa conference in
Yeah.
July. And I got to meet you at the first timers event, but then you were on
Mhm.
stage several times. In fact, I did take you aside and say, I think you just need to stay up here because I know your name is coming up. So tell us a little bit about what that experience was like for you to be at your first Lemongrass Spa conference, and also share with us how it impacted your belief in what's possible.
So that conference was amazing. I met so many great people. We exchanged so much information, like my experience with products and their experience with products. It was just really incredible how welcoming and supportive and kind and helpful everybody is. When you get together with a large group like that, there's several different teams, and in past experiences, those teams have kind of stuck together and been like their own little society. This was like one huge happy family, and I had the best time. I made so many great new friends, and I learned like you said, there are products with multi-uses. I learned so much about products that I thought I knew everything about the product, and I clearly did not. So the connections, I think, were my favorite part of conference. Although, going up on stage several times was always fun too.
That is lots of fun.
Yeah.
Well, it was well deserved, and I did see you connecting a lot with your friends and the people, of course, that you had worked with before too. And so that's a bit of a reunion. Plus, you brought your team members. How many team members did you have?
I brought two team members with me. And
That's
it's
amazing.
interesting because team members don't necessarily have to be in your own community. My
Mhm.
team members that I brought with me came from North Carolina and West Virginia. So,
Well,
yeah, so you can have a great team spread out across the country.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And so what I love about that too is that this is actually an event that brings people together from, because our teams are spread out and you're not limited to just, growing in your own backyard. And so I love that we have that opportunity. Well, you're you're building amazing momentum. You're so inspiring. You were one of the fastest growing directors in our company. Um, and so now you're focused on your next goal. So do you want to share with us a little bit about what that is and what makes that exciting for you?
Sure. So I can focus down the road, but I like to maintain a day-to-day kind of goal. So right now my goals are to continue building my team
Mhm.
and reaching my next level, which would be senior director. Um, I'm hoping to do that soon.
Huh?
um, but with those goals and with those advancements comes great things. I'm looking forward to earning more money. I'm looking forward to getting points to accumulate to go on our next spa incentive trip. So there's a lot there. I have a pretty good vision board going, and I'm just going to keep working at it day to day.
That's amazing. I love that. So, one of the things that's great about what you're sharing is that in order to get to senior director, that means you have to develop people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that in itself is pretty fulfilling. As you know, the relationships in this business are what it's all about. And when you can actually pour into other people, that's when we reward you with new rank advancements. And of course, if anybody tuned into our take a look from last week, we actually had a couple of trip earners from the trip that we just completed. And there's opportunities to be able to earn leadership points as well. So not only do you get to earn from your own promotion, but you earn big, big points for helping other people promote in rank and also helping them get started. In fact, if you're interested, if anybody's watching and you're interested in maybe joining us for our next spa incentive trip that's going to be in Costa Rica. I mean, I'm sorry, that was
Oh.
this summer. Punta Cana, another great destination. Thank you,
Mhm.
Regina. You caught that. Um, oh my gosh, it's a beach. It's a beach somewhere,
Yeah.
right? It's a great beach.
Yeah.
But if you're interested and you are interested in joining our company, you're actually going to start right away with 1,000 points towards the spa incentive trip. We really want
Right.
to encourage all new consultants to join us because the more people that can go with us on the beach, the better. Well, I love that you're excited about that. So why don't we, kind of wrap this up a little bit? And what would you say to someone who's watching tonight who might be thinking, "Gosh, could this be for me?" What would be your advice for them?
Well, you know what? I think you should just do it. You never know. It's really it's an easy thing to try. If I can do it, you can do it. I love this company. I love the relationships that I've built. I've loved the community. I love how this company gives back, and I fully 100% support this company. And I think that really you should just do it. Yeah, really.
It's a simple message.
It's
Just do
simple.
it.
It's
Yeah.
simple. The products are wonderful products. They almost sell themselves.
Mhm.
And as long as you just keep sharing and getting that product into people's hands, you're going to be successful.
Well, and I think that, you touched on something earlier that was really important, and that is that you actually use the product.
Yeah.
When you're living your lifestyle and you're making the choices that you're making, then that's what makes it attractive to other people too. So you
Right.
don't have to do a lot of, I would say, selling. You just share, like if somebody says, "Gosh, your skin looks beautiful," or "I really love your makeup," or maybe you run into somebody who has celiac and they need gluten-free products. Well, all of our products are gluten-free. And that's something that's really hard to find, an entire product line that's gluten-free.
Mm-hmm.
And so those are the things that you can be super proud of. And we know those people in our lives, right? And that's
Mm-hmm.
just something that, if we're sitting at the dinner table with somebody or, or we're just, having a glass of wine, it may come up in conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't need to be really difficult to talk about it when you're living it and you're experiencing it.
Yeah.
Agree?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it does come up in conversation more than you realize until you're in this business. You don't realize how much you kind of chat with your friends about skincare and getting groceries and what you have to get at the groceries, and I have to get all of these products for, this one uses this deodorant and this one uses that shampoo. It does come up in conversation whether you realize it or not, and suddenly when you're in it, you catch those and you can
That's
say, oh wait, I have a solution for you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Regina, you touched on swapping out products and stuff
Mhm.
and how it's easier for you now too. So why don't we talk a little bit about how people can get started and what products we're actually offering as part of their startup so that they can see how simple it is too. Okay. Would you join me in presenting that maybe?
Sure.
Okay. Well, first of all, we have a $49 business kit. So this is for somebody who's probably on a tighter budget, but it is going to give you 3 months free of a website. You're going to get all the tools and the training that you need to be able to get started. And you get a few samples to share too of some of our best selling and favorite products. So this is a great way for people to get started. And I know there's something that you think is kind of cool about this, right, Regina?
Well,
Really?
I like that we recently implemented a program where if say right you want to start right away, but you
Mhm.
don't have a lot to put into it, you can start with that $49 kit, and then within 30 days you can upgrade to the other kits and
Right.
get more and more product to get into your repertoire, to get into people's hands. Um, wherever you start, you can't go wrong. You're going to be given the basic tools in the $49 kit, and then even more in the next, and more in the next, and more in the next. And what's nice about the other packs is you're also going to be earning personal volume on those packs. So you will be earning those points towards your goals, towards your jump start, toward, your pay. So
Mhm.
it's a really nice program now where you can start slow and build up.
Yeah. So we have something for every budget and for where anybody is at right now in their life. So you could be at the $49 level, but you might also be someone that says, you know what, I'm excited. I want it all. I want to go for the luxury momentum pack, which
Mhm.
includes the business kit. It also includes everything in our standard pack. It includes everything that's in our deluxe pack. And it does just keep building as it goes. And there are some people who may be like, I just want to jump in with it all because I want to be able to swap out as many products as possible right away for myself
Mhm.
and begin sharing too. So you can share with people right away at any of these levels. I love, love, love that you can upgrade to a momentum pack if you do start with a business kit within 30 days. And we're going to give you some credit too, so that since you invested in that business kit, but you can also jump right into a momentum pack.
Yeah.
And we want to invite you all to do that because we do have these clean swaps that are available. And what we talk about clean swaps is that our top selling products that people are swapping out in their household, and the things that they're using are in these momentum packs.
Mhm.
So you're going to get those items right away that are going to be our top sellers. And I always like to say, I buy what is being reviewed, what is selling the best, and what gets the highest reviews. And so these are, packed with what are getting the highest reviews right now. In addition to that, they're customizable. So once you get into the momentum packs, you're going to be able to customize hair care. You can customize some of the makeup. You can customize some of the body care.
Yeah.
So it really is great, and you can tailor it to however you want to get started. So with that being said, I want to invite you guys to just kind of go back, maybe to the person who invited you to watch this evening, discuss a takeaway that you really loved about tonight, maybe something that's exciting to you, and then talk about what way you want to get started. We're here to help you every step of the way. We've got a great community. We've got people like Regina in the community that are ready to inspire you as well. And we're going to help you with training and all of the tools to get started. Plus, we've got those great incentives like the Spa Incentive trip for those of you who love to travel. So whatever makes you happy, whatever excites you, we are ready to be able to support you with that. So Regina, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I loved hearing your story. I can't wait to see and support you in your goals that you have as you're growing with the company. And thank you everybody for joining us. And we're going to see you next time on Take a Look.
Thank you.